While I was in Bali, my house went into foreclosure. Stick with me. So I said I was gonna. Hi, my name is Destiny, and I said I was gonna be more intentional with using my platform to be vulnerable and transparent with what really comes with following God. So this is my first story time. Okay, so in 2023, I had just had my daughter in June of 2023, and I host women's retreats. Well, women's prayer retreats. I actually do quite a bit of other things, but that's what we're going to focus on today. And we go somewhere internationally every year. And so after we come from the last location, we then announce where the new location is. So this trip was planned a year in advance. So everything was working out for the trip for 2023 to go to Bali, right? And we get to, I believe this trip was in August. We either go in October or August of every year. It might have been October. It might have been August. I don't know, y'all. Either August or October. Either way, 3 months prior to the trip, right? The Lord tells me to stop paying my mortgage. I know this sounds crazy. Like I said in the previous post, to follow the Lord, you do some absolutely crazy things, right? So he tells me to not pay my mortgage, but he tells me what to do with it. Like 1 month he says, do this instead. Another month, do this, right? And I'm like, God, now listen, I don't know why you would have me doing this, but stick with me, right? So I'm like, okay, so we're planning for the trip. My daughter is she's born in June. It had to be August that we went. Hold on, June, July, August, September, October. It had to be October that we went because she was like just at that 3 month mark. So she was able to just get all the shots she needed for us to go, right? So I ended up, and what made it even crazier, right, is the fact that he's telling me not to pay my mortgage, but I just paid for my flight, my mom's flight. My daughter she had to pay I think $300 for her flight, right, to go to Bali. So at this point, we have more than enough money to pay the mortgage, okay? But when you are obeying God and doing what he's telling you to do, you would do some absolutely crazy things, right? So literally, we're on our way to Bali. We go to whatever airport we had our layover on, right? As we're getting on that plane, I literally get an email to my phone saying foreclosure. And I'm like, what? What? Like, obviously, Destiny, you didn't pay your mortgage for 3 months. What did you think was going to happen, right? But I'm like, well, but why would he tell me to do this? If he do these papers, it's going to come right now, right? Like, what in the world? And what was so wild was the Lord was like, Destiny, I know you see what the email says, but I want you to still go on this trip and act as if you did not receive these papers. I want you to still enjoy yourself, host the women, have a great experience, and know that I'm going to take care of this. What? Like, how do you expect me to have a good time out of the country and my children and my husband is at home in a house that just went in foreclosure? How? Like, how, God, how, right? But because we've been down this road a long time, I'm like, okay, I didn't tell nobody. I just prayed and was like, there's nothing I can do. I'm in another country at this point, right? So we had a good time, took some amazing pictures. I might put some pictures in here, but we had an amazing time, got back home. And when I got on the plane to go back home, that's when it hit me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this. What am I going to do? How am I going to figure this out? Because that money is now long gone because he told me to do X, Y, Z with the money, right? I lied to you guys not. I get home, and within a week, I'll say at least a week. I think it was less than a week. I get a message from an organization that helped us during COVID. Now, this is 2023. COVID was in 2020. I get an email from an organization that helped us in the middle of COVID that said that they were, closing the organization because obviously COVID was now over, but they had some additional funds and they wanted to reach out to those they helped before to see if they could help out in any current way. And they paid my mortgage until the end of the year. What? But can we talk about how I had to do something absolutely crazy to get to that point? And that's what I mean. If we don't have these transparent conversations about the crazy things God will ask you to do, the way that he shows up, what you're going through mentally, physically, emotionally during that period that he's telling you not to worry, trust me, I'm going through, then people won't get to really experience God and his goodness and his grace and his mercy. So if this story blessed you, I want you to put blessed in the chat. And if you want more stories like this, I want you to put more real. Nah, not more real. Put more in the chat.